Good day, everyone. My name is Blanche Dias and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. A lot of you have watched my previous videos and I thank you very much for your support. And if you like this video, well, you know what you have to do. So let's get started. Having been in the field of education for a great many years, I'm sure all my colleagues will agree with me when I say that we have had the most difficult times dealing with teenagers. We have had to tread that tightrope very, very carefully because even the slightest wrong move could result in a circus which even the most proficient ringmaster would not be able to control. And today, with the fast pace of the world, it is traumatic to be a teenager. So I have to call this video the Angst of Adolescence. Those growing years herald stages of development. There's rapid growth in both body and mind, deep emotional changes which lead to external pressures, and this is coupled at the same time with a simultaneous journey inward in the quest of their new self. It is a difficult time indeed, and we ought to respond to them with understanding. They will be confused, moody, and irritable, and however frustrated we are with their mood swings, it just won't help if we react in the same way. You know, as adults who've been there and done that, we know that these years of conflict will come upon our children. So why not prepare them and ourselves for it before it hits? Not only for our own sanity, but to ease the transition of our teenagers into young adults. The guidelines I'm going to give you in this video are for teachers and parents, and anyone who is a caregiver to a teenager. Most adults feel that these teenage years are negative ones. For heaven's sake, these youngsters are just asserting themselves. Let them. Don't stereotype them, because each one comes into their own at their own time. There will be early bloomers, late arrivers, speedy developers, and those whose growth is slow and steady like the proverbial tortoise. No one size fits all, and we've got to recognize that, identify the stage at which the child is, and treat him as an individual. Let us think back to our growing years. Of course, our transition wasn't as fraught as it is today, but we did have our fair share of angst and problems, didn't we? And if your problems at that time and the way you reacted was not extreme or bold or very daring, maybe you could share some of those experiences with your child. That would lead to an open communication with them, and that is most important at this time in their life. You know, we want to talk to them, but we should be comfortable talking openly about sex, drugs, alcohol, and the use of tobacco. These are not taboo anymore. In fact, they are absolutely normal. And we should be able to talk with them and solve their questions on these issues. We all want to set expectations and limitations, but let's be reasonable. Let's give them a little rope. Not so much that they skip, but if you show them that you trust them, they will respect that trust. Parents and teachers should watch out for warning signs. Extreme weight loss or weight gain, sleep patterns, changes in their personality traits, failing grades, and of course this cyber addiction, which could turn them into loners. I always feel it is better for teachers and parents to work together, to identify the problems and to resolve the situation involving the teenager in your discussions. I find a lot of parents think of themselves as ostriches. But burying your head in the sand is not going to resolve any situation. In fact, it is going to alienate your child from you further. One parent told me, "You told me to be more communicative." Well, I follow my son around. I want to talk to him, but he shuts me out. Well, when I said be communicative, I did not mean nag. They need their privacy. Give it to them. Don't be like a sniffer dog out for a kill. And it would be a good idea to occasionally invite their friends over. That way you know who they are hanging out with, and the child feels home is a safe haven. I can bring my friends home to meet the family. And they don't need to meet clandestinely in bars and restaurants and coffee houses. What is very important, more than the friends and the extraneous influences, is to insist on 10 or 15 minutes of family time every day. Oh, I know we tend to be overprotective and we react instead of respond. But we've got to be role models and we've got to follow through on being a mentor. We have to constantly assure them that we are there for them, that we understand them, that they can approach us with any problem that they have, and we will solve it together. Well, with their confused state of mind, there will be times possibly they'll slip up and have bouts of self-doubt. And that is when you have to draw them in, tell them you believe in them, and assure them that the sky is full of stars and there is room for all of them in the same space. Oh, I know we went through our growing pangs many, many years ago, but with our experience and our communication with our children, there is no reason why we should not relive and enjoy those years all over again.